So I want to share with you guys why I divested from the Democrat Party. First, I had to ask myself, what is a democracy and what is a republic? Well, we don't technically live in a democracy. America is a republic. I mean, after all, you guys remember saying the Pledge of Allegiance when we were kids? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one to the republic. We live in a republic, but I hear a lot of people saying we got to fight for democracy. So, what is a democracy? Well, to keep it plain, a democracy is where the majority rules. In a republic, the minority is protected from the majority, so they have a right to free trial. That's the kind of society you want to live in. The primary reason I divested from the Democrat Party is because they find it fine to just feminize men. In this whole election campaign, when I look at the side of Harris, I don't really see any representation of him. I don't really see any reason a heterosexual male would vote Democrat Party. I mean, she stands on reproductive rights, which is great for women, and you should be able to love who you want to, and the AR-15 ban. Like I said, I don't see any reason that a heterosexual male would vote Democrat. And not even just with this election. We got to take a look at what's going on in cinema, what's going on in entertainment in general. I mean, growing up, I never seen a guy paint his fingernails. Today, it's commonplace. Do what you want, but to normalize some of the things that are typically feminine is just a little strange. It's just a little weird to me, since they like to say that, the Republicans are weird. It's a little weird to me that guys like to paint their fingernails and damn near dress up in female attire. I mean, I've seen dudes in fishnets and shit. They say it's emo. They put it under the guise of emo, but whatever. Even our hip hop artists who grown up shit with some of the most masculine dudes you ever seen, even though behind closed doors they might have been whatever, but that ain't what you seen in the forefront. What you saw in the forefront was some rough, thuggish dude, right? Symbol of masculinity. Not today. They wear purses. They try to call them what do they try to call them? Satchels, man bags, whatever. Nah, those are purses, bro. But they find it okay to feminize men. And on the contrary, they masculinize the women. Women on top. And not only that, they make it fine for women. Okay, growing up, if you were a stripper or a corn star, or if you were a lady of the night, those things you did not, you didn't say that out loud. It was something that you kind of kept playing in the background. Somebody had to find out, oh, shorty, she be doing it, she be at the strip club. It wasn't something that was glamorized, but today it's in the forefront. I've actually seen women on podcasts say that they have their doctorate and their masters in XYZ, but they got OnlyFans. I've actually covered stories last year where a female police officer, she was protecting and serving on that was her 9 to 5. She was out there protecting and serving, but on her free time, she was busting it open on OnlyFans. So the role reversal of masculine women and effeminate men, it just didn't sit well with me. And then the over sexualization of our women, and I'm talking about all American women. Like, it's just okay. And then the censorship. I've actually read books where they talked about how Joe Biden, in Executive Order 13985, he enacts a bill that keeps federal and government officials and agencies to keep things gender neutral. He wanted to take a more comprehensive approach to equity for all. So they change language. They manipulate language. Instead of saying cockpit, you say flight deck, so on and so forth. It's just a complete violation of our First Amendment right. And we just heard Mark Zuckerberg come out and speak on how he was pressed by the Biden administration to censor certain language, to keep the virality of certain information about the pandemic, censor it. Certain information about the Biden administration, censor it. So under the Democratic Party, our amendment rights are being violated in front of us. And as I said, the Second Amendment is under attack. When you think about it, they want to put a ban on ARs. However, the same administration allows for illegal immigrants to run amok, and they smuggle weapons, they smuggle fentanyl, just criminal acts. And if you want to violate our Second Amendment right, then how do we defend ourselves from those that you let infest our borders? So these are the issues that I have with the Democrat Party. Not to mention the history with the Democrat Party that I got into. You want to see some of the things that I spoke about, you can reference Black Republicans are sellouts, the video that I did on TikTok. These are just some of the things that I see, and there's many more. It just doesn't sit well with me. They use and manipulate race on both sides, because it used to be anti-black, anti-Semitic, and the way that they spin the news to make it a racial narrative, they manipulate stories, manipulate situations, and feed it to you so that they could move forward with whatever agenda that they have in mind. And then now it seems like today it's cool to be racist against heterosexual white males. And that is the doing of the Democrat Party. It is wild to me how they play both sides. In the past, they was anti-black and anti-Jewish. Now they're anti-white. They're the lawless left. They're completely lawless. I just don't see a place for me voting Democrat. And we can have a discussion about it. There's a lot more reasons, but I want to keep this short. Drop some comments. If you are a Democrat and you're voting Democrat, please tell me why. Drop a video. Let me know. Let's have a discussion. I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything. I'm learning every day just like you guys.